Hey Taurus, it's your girl Prashana here with your monthly reading. Okay, so when I was meditating on your guys' energy, I saw a vision, and in this vision, there was this open field, and there were children, and you were running, and you were trying to play. Okay, this is kind of a weird analogy, but you were trying to play, and with the other children, and you kept tripping and falling because your legs didn't work. Um, and 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 I, and so as I was kind of like what does this image kind of mean? I feel that a lot of you have felt a little bit too stifled, too handicapped. Not handicapped in a literal handicap sense, but that there is there's almost an inability to really run and enjoy the field, um, like most people should be able to do. Um, it could be because of the pressure of this year and trying to keep everything above level. But this we're here to live, and if you've been so kind of caught on just trying to maintain, just trying to survive, saving up money to survive, but not saving up money for the things that you really, that you want or that give you pleasure. If you've been spending all of your time sort of working to sort of not have a tower moment, um, you're doing things out of fear, and that's not really how it's supposed to go. I feel like the Taurians, the Taurus energy, Tauruses have a wisdom, about them. They have a wisdom, and they take up space. And the thing is about, because you're a bull, and so you're just big. You're big as hell, you know and so you're supposed to be in the field grazing, taking up space, and having air, and da 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 da. And yet, it's kind of one of those things where, especially during key confinement, periods of being confined, um there's a certain desperation that comes with that, because it's just too stifling for you. And so I feel December is going to bring you back into. Actually, there's a lot of stuff making sense about this because I actually I know some Taurians, and I was thinking of this actually. But there's an element of December is going to be a time that you remember, um, this child part of yourself. You remember being a kid, and I think this is also going to be looking back at your kind of childhood self and how you grew up, and seeing, why you might have felt um, almost paralyzed in your ability to play, or handicapped in your ability to play, and the traumas that are associated with that. So anyway, enough of that. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull out cards. We're going to do things a little bit differently. So the minor arcana and the major arcana, right? It's the minor the major arcana rather, um, is the um, is the archetypes of personality. This has been called, if you're going at this at a Jungian perspective, it's the archetypes of the personality, or sort of the archetype to be embodied. And whereas the minor arcana is sort of like the subcontext, the details, the paths on the yellow brick road, if you will, the bricks laid on the yellow brick road. And so anyway, so we're going to go ahead and I'm going to shuffle those cards. I'm going to get back with you guys and we're going to talk about it. Okay. Okay. So we have the Hangman here. This is kind of one of those things where I feel like I'm not telling you anything that you don't already know. I feel like I'm not telling you anything that you haven't already felt within yourself. However, I am seeing with the Hangman in reverse, or Hangman, sorry, Hangman upright. Sorry, did I say reverse? Hangman upright. I would say that the hangman is saying that, um, you know, you're kind of used to things being as they are. You're kind of used to this sort of like being at a standstill, just having working because you have to, or doing things because you have to, um, and not necessarily being balanced. Because the guy's hanging upside down. That's not really a balanced way of being, But he's just kind of content there, you know. Um, some of us have had so many things happen in life, that we're just kind of used to to living this way. We're just kind of used to living upside down, in the upside down. We're kind of just used to things not making sense. We're used to not dreaming too hard or too big or too long. Kind of putting the nose to the grindstone in a way, um, so that we can avoid. If you And I kind of said this a little bit in the Pisces reading too. It's like if you avoid movement, then you don't have to be challenged by disappointment. If you avoid real movement, you don't have to be challenged by disappointment. If you avoid real transformation, you don't necessarily have to be challenged by the lessons that come with that particular transformation, or that particular initiatory process. And so it kind of leaves you in this little bit of a hangman mode. I'm even kind of feeling like for some people this might have to do with a relationship, and whether it be us or people that we attract. It's like if you are constantly, if you're if you're constantly in sort of a transformative mode, if you're constantly in sort of a um, a work mode, and you don't necessarily have to sit down and have dinner with the family, then you don't have to have the uncomfortable conversations, that might reflect things about yourself that aren't particularly pleasant. You don't have to really show up. You don't have to really show up. Um, this could also be in regards to relationships and people that we attract. It's kind of like it's kind of like people who've dated for like, years and years on end. They've dated for 10 years or something like that, you know, and I'm not dissing anybody who's done this, but it's like you're dating someone and you've been dating them for years, and you sort of have this relationship, but you're so comfortable where you are that you don't necessarily have to worry about, getting an engagement ring and moving forward with life. You don't have to, you've been dating around for so long that you don't have to really commit. In which ways are you kind of choosing not to commit? In which ways are you kind of just choosing to stay in the hangman, and this season, this change of the year is going to be about you making a commitment, and really kind of following the journey that is attached to the commitment that you're on. um, okay, so the next card we have here is the Five of Pentacles here, with the Six of Cups in reverse. So I definitely feel that there being a sort of past trauma element to this period of time that you're in. This sort of like, well, I'm just not, not necessarily committing. I'm not necessarily moving forward. Um, I'm not necessarily releasing myself to the experience because of the fact that, like, I don't want to end up, the phrase, "I'll never go hungry again," kind of comes up, with the Five of Pentacles. It's kind of like, I'd rather work myself to the bone than go hungry again. I would rather, kind of sit in the cold, than to start over. I would rather I would rather do all of these things rather than to experience the things that I've experienced before. And I have to say, me and my friends like to use the term, I have friends who are shamans, like to use the term medicine. There is a certain medicine in figuring out, what was the root cause of that thing to begin with? And are you still perpetuating a cycle, but just choosing the sort of, um, in the hangman energy, still perpetuating a cycle, but just refusing, I'm going to grind this into the ground. I'm going to grind this situation into the ground, even if it's completely, similar or completely cyclical to what I've already experienced. Instead of taking a step back and being like, okay, what am I doing the same here? What am I doing to perpetuate this? What is this also really saying about kind of, where I am going? It's so, there's an idea about people who move a lot. People who move a lot. They're not stable. They move a lot. They move a lot. And there's this idea about people who move a lot, which is that they are unrooted. They're unrooted. And just because moving a lot is also kind of a form of unavailability. Just like if this is in regards to working, sometimes work is also considered another form, too much work is considered another form of being emotionally unavailable. So how available really are you being to experience the people around you, to love, to your career? How available are you to growth is essentially what's happening. Because eventually what would happen naturally, in a relationship is, you might get together, a relationship or a job or whatever. It's like, you might work at this job and start at the bottom and then, work your way up to a partner of something. You might in a relationship actually traverse kind of the terrain of the messiness of having someone see you and them also being seen. And actually end up in a place where you're married, or if you want to be that, but you're married and you have some sort of family, and then that's where, that's life. That's it's not saying that's where life begins. It's just saying that life isn't that clean. It's like being in a family is messy. I was thinking about the other day about me having children one day. I don't have children now, but having children one day, and real life is bare breasted at the park trying to feed your baby. Like, that's real life. Your real life is you pooping on the table for everyone to see. That's real life. That is actually life. And so, you know, being available to experience. We have the Four of Cups in reverse here, you know, and so this isn't about not taking the blessing. I feel like more so this is almost like, okay, the blessings right in front of you, and you're kind of like, it's kind of like getting a cup, like getting the cup in front of you. I'll get my little cup. Like, I'm getting the cup, I'm like, okay, so what am I supposed to do with this? What do I do with this? So it's like the blessings are there, the opportunity is there, but again, we're in the hangman energy, so we don't even know what to do with it, you know. Um, but not knowing what to do with it is actually more so to do with the perhaps initiatory processes that you haven't completed. Um, I'll elaborate on that, but not knowing what to do with it might be the fact that this might be the first time that you've been in a particular situation fully, because any other situation you might have run from. So there's some sort of like, there's some sort of elements of just not completely moving forward, and now I feel like December is going to ask you. What I was trying to get to is December is actually going to ask you to actually stay. It's going to ask you to go through the uncomfortable moments, and to go through the pain of of having to look at oneself and realize, oh, this is why I'm not further than where I am. Not with compassion, of course, not with compassion, not saying that you're not enough, because you are enough, but just with compassion, looking forward, looking and being like, well, damn, okay, all right, well, that's a bit of a dose of truth, right? Um, and asking you to sit with that, and asking you to really, really figure out, well, what does this do? What can be done here? How can I utilize this? In which ways can I utilize this? How many ways can I utilize it? What can it do? Um, I need more coffee too. So I feel like probably I would say like mid December, but this is timeless too. We have the Queen of Cups here, and we were just talking about a cup too. I didn't think about that, but we have the Queen of Cups, and the Queen of Cups is a feminine energy. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean like women. It's just a feminine energy. And the Queen of Cups is, you are going to learn about the wisdom of being available, the wisdom in being fully present and fully available. And that's not going to kill you to do so. It's not going to kill you to complete the emotional initiatory process. It's not going to kill you. We have the Three of Swords. It's not going to be easy. You're going to want to run. Your past traumas and things like that are going to come up, and your trust issues are going to come up. But here's the thing, like, it's something to look at. It's like, yeah, they're going to come up, but they're not. Again, they're not going to kill you. Yeah, they're going to come up, but that's just the natural process of healing. Sometimes before you get better, your sickness will actually get worse. You know, it's almost like you're getting an antidote or an antibody to fight what you have previously experienced. But it's like getting a flu shot. It's like for you to actually experience the full benefits of the flu shot, you're going to have to actually get the flu. It's just kind of what it is. And we end with the Empress card. So I was talking a lot about pregnancy, and so some of you guys might actually by Christmas end up getting pregnant. But I mentioned actually pregnancy in I do these little like mini readings on my Instagram, and I did mention Tauruses and pregnancy, I believe. Some of y'all might be getting pregnant, but this is also you guys might be honing your more maternal self. You guys might be putting a lot of stuff down by the end of the what I'm hearing is you guys are really, there is a significance about Christmas and sort of the idea of like the coming together, and especially in a year where we've had to all be so separate and not be with family and stuff like that, where some of you guys might actually be more kind of be feeling more of the Christmas spirit this year, and really kind of stand in awe and appreciation. I feel like this month ends with you. I'm actually feeling a lightness in my heart. So if you guys are feeling really heavy right now, I feel like there's a lightness in my heart. You guys are going to be ending December with this kind of lightness, with this sort of appreciation. Some of you might even cry. But to feel like you've come to the end of a journey, and to feel like, now life starts. I graduated and now life begins. I feel like you guys are going to have this sort of awestruck moment. But to get to that awestruck moment, there's a lot of things you're going to have to put down in regards to how you typically move in and out of spaces, in and out of life. So anyway, I hope that was helpful, and I will see you guys next month. Like, share, subscribe. December 21st is going to be a really significant day. I made a video about it. Just search through the videos. You'll see me talk about December 21st. Yeah. So like, share, subscribe, and if you want to follow my Instagram at i.am.a.witchwxtch, or donate if you'd like, and this resonates with you. All of my information is down below. So I'll talk to you guys soon. All right, bye.